Are starting it off today with Solana. We are looking at Solana on a weekly time frame just so we can see how we would approach a trade on this asset. You can see the downtrend over here going down, down, down into a little bull flag formation, finding a bottom, and then the accumulation was done, and then you saw markup. And now you're in an uptrend on a retail trend line. If you guys know what I mean, if you put that little line over here, you can see it's uptrending on that line. You can see the wicks being bought up off of that line. I do not do that TA like that, so you won't see any trend line stuff like that, like Tory trades. Okay, you're not gonna see my strong line and my weak line, and no, that's not how I trade. I want you to see a few things. One, as you came down to these lows where these wicks are put in, you actually put in a bottom on your RSI. This is an RSI divergence indicator, and basically this is a volume moving average on the volume bars. You can see that we are basically at an average. We were the selling was at the lows, and then you saw a break up. Yes, you forget RSI aside. When you did put in that bottom here, since we had too many wicks to the downside, you got a reversal. And when you got the reversal, the first thing you do is test the breakdown, okay? This was the bearish order block. You were testing into that to see, hey, is this officially gonna put in a local top? This test right here was this failure. The wick over here was the failure of upside continuation, and now you have the next candle this week showing you, hey, we weren't even able to go test into the $180 level on Solana. More than likely this week is demonstrating weakness, but if you look at the bottom of the candle, you did not even break the body of the last week's doji. So this week, yes, was not strong, was not weak, was sideways, accumulation, consolidation, okay? When I say accumulation of a short, okay? I'm not saying someone's buying here to go higher. It's very possible that they took that signal as a buying signal, but if you go to a lower time frame, such as daily, you can see that the bearish divergence, they bought against the bearish divergence, but before I turn on my drawings, you can see this inverse head and shoulder. Okay, so as we were putting in the bottom on the weekly, okay, as we were trying to see if we're going to break down over here, on lower time frame on daily, you can see it was a bull flag sideways consolidation. Here you had your drives down, 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 down. Here's your third drive down. This was the bottom, tested into the wick, did not eat the wick, high or low. Then you had your continuation up, testing into the resistance right here. You did not break it. You came back down, tested support. This became your new bullish order block, meaning that this is the area to break under if you were going to destroy the longs. And what happened here is, since we couldn't break underneath the bullish order block, the bearish order block was the next thing to be tested. And from here, we went and tested right into the bearish order block. You did not break above the bearish order block. You found resistance right around, was it 189? And now you're back down, but look what we're doing again, making a flat bottom, possibly finding support and looking for continuation up to test back into at least 180. Once 180 is claimed, you can look for higher at 200 and whatnot. You can see on RSI on a daily time frame, it's trying to tell you, hey, a double bottom, higher or low is possible. If today's daily close does not take out the low of 160, what is that, 162, if you can hold above 162, then Sunday you can look for upside continuation into the resistance of around 180, okay? Now that we got all that nitty-gritty done, that was all blind TA. Now we're going to go off of technical analysis, okay? Technical analysis, I've already drawn my fibs. I've already made a plan as to what I am expecting, and now I'm going to explain it to you guys what I'm going to do approaching this trade. For one, this area before all of this consolidation was where I was looking to buy the long, around $116. Originally, we did get this long at 85 bucks. I sold it around like here, I think 120. And then all this stuff occurred. I did not participate too much in this other than I was looking for where I would short. If you go look back on the Solana videos, you guys will see how many times I told you guys this is where I would short, blah, blah, blah. Now the narrative on Solana is the possible ETF coming. So we are basically saying this bullish order block was the target, was 150 to 170 was the target. Now, if you can claim 165 and close above 165 on the week, your next natural target, as we just discussed, is going to be to test into that bearish order block around 180. And excuse me, once you get close above 190, the three lines come in play. So we've already tested this support here at 120. It already came true. We were going from here looking for that 167. You already got that tap. Now what I'm looking for is from 167 to go test back into worst case scenario, low 140. Now I'm not saying we're going to get to this 150, 148 level, but the possibility is there. And as long as we don't go under 135, I can go as hard as I want in my long with the stop loss underneath 135. Actually, it will be under 120, 125. I'll give it $10 wiggle room due to this order block over here. So this is where I will set one alert right here. 126.85, blah, 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 blah. That is my action line, as Tori would say. If my market brings price action into this level, I will be using that as, hey, do I want to add to my long? Do I want to stop out of my long because I was too greedy and I started longing all the way over here? Am I going to flip into a short if we lose this and try to grab for liquidity lower, blah, blah, blah. All of that planning comes here. Full disclosure, no, I am not going to be taking a short over here. I was telling you guys to take shorts over here. Why the heck would I do that kind of stupid stuff? All I'm showing you here is that if price action comes back over here in this fractal that I'm showing, I don't want it to go lower than 148. If it comes here, it's a buying opportunity. If it goes under 148, that's when I start deciding, hey, do I want to cut half of my long at 138 and add to that half back lower at like 112, so my average now entry is better, and I get to ride it back up, back into 147, and when it comes back into that resistance, I'm immediately taking some of my position off, knowing that that was a resistance already. So why would I hold my breath for the resistance to break? No, more than likely, if these situations occur, it's going to be in a formation like this, right? You're not gonna see anything other than something like this. It's gonna be a tightening consolidation. Then once your bottom is put over here, then you could look for that inverse head and shoulder, accumulation, and breakout. I'll change this color up. Let's go to green. A little bit thicker so you guys can see. So you see what I mean? If this is tightening here, right? Like, see, it's going like this, you're finding a rounding top over here. Of course, if you find resistance and it comes back over here, 148, and then comes back and breaks up, that's a bullish scenario because it's still a higher low in that retail trend line. Remember how we were talking about that retail trend line earlier in this video? Here is your retail trend line. Everyone and their mom is probably looking at something like this. Like, oh, and they're probably doing it right to the wicks. I mean, I'll give you one piece of advice. The wicks, don't use that. Use the body. The wicks is the failure, right? So if you're using the wicks for your levels, and that was just a swing failure pattern, then you're kind of using the data, and then it's like the most extreme of the data. So it's like when you're calculating averages and stuff, it's, you're on like the standard 2 deviation. You're not even near the standard deviation. You're like 2 deviations away from it. So just keep all that in mind, that the price wants to come into this this green line. Let's make that white. That's fair price, right? That's average. There you go. So if that is the average price and you're away from it, that's the best short. When you're coming back to it, that's the best long. Right now, you're away from it as the best short. As you're coming back into the line, people are probably going to defend the long, but when you are doing that, just keep in mind, look what's going on here. This is a bearish distributional pattern of a head and shoulder against the retail trend line. What happens when retail is all over long? The measured move occurs, right? To take all the liquidity and then make the move occur. So if you actually do break down from this fib target goal, Solana has the risk of coming right back down to like under 100. But the fact that you've already defended it before is why this is a buying opportunity if you get that measured move. I'm not saying it's going to happen. It shouldn't happen with all this ETF hype, right? Now, if you guys are expecting this ETF to occur, people are going to be accumulating this, front running the ETF news. Then when ETF comes, they're going to sell into the it's a selling event, you know? So if you're pre-planning all of that stuff, just aware that, hey, maybe now's not the best time to have a full position in spot and be ready to DCA into a lower position. Your warning is going to be the second this 148 is lost. That's when this move will kick in. And you see how I have it over here? The measured move is really going to come in like right after you break the trend line, and it's probably going to be like over there. So you see how I got it nicely against the trend line. The impulse will probably start occurring right under 160, but then you're going to get pushed out under 140, panic selling, liquidation, capitulation, etc., and then you probably will come right into this white circle. Find support here, and then you'll probably round your bottom, do a little digging here over the next few weeks, and then round back out. So if this occurs over June, just be ready that the next 3 weeks is a buying opportunity because you're watching this on a weekly. If you looked at this on a monthly, you can see the bearish divergence. Let me turn off all the drawings. You can see, is this a bullish stance for you? This is the first day of the month, right? Unless buyers come and inflate this above 175, you already had a bearish engulfing stop. This was a weak test. I mean, yeah, the POC is above 50. So it's literally in this month. June has to do something. As volume is decreasing, as you're at the high, bearish divergence playing out, I'm not rushing into that long. Yes, you have this upside coming, but in my opinion, this is the second drive to break out, but it's gonna dump back down, and you're gonna get a third drive, and then you're gonna get the bottoming action, and then around like something like this. I want to see a triangle, rounding bottom here, and then upside continuation. So I gave you guys my levels. I told you guys what I think. It is what it is. You don't have to look at this or see this in any way other than what it is. It's just doodles on the chart. I'm going to delete this one. I'm going to clean this up a little bit, and then we'll follow along with this next time. Should I leave the head and shoulder there? Let's just make it orange. So that's the warning. This right here is the possible dump if it happens. Yellow, that's our warning, okay? And then from the yellow, if we can get it in the bullish order block over here, we can ride that back up. Let me make this like this. There you go. So that way we have it extended out so we can follow it in time. All right. Well, that's basically all I have for you guys on the Solana technical analysis. If you go to those lower time frames, I already showed you that it does look like it wants to poke into these levels, but these levels are pretty solid. You can see you're finding resistance here, and then from here, what it will probably want to do is go test to the bottom. And then if you come test to the bottom over here and you see weakness on our retail trend line, be prepared for the measured move to come out, because it's just basically low volume weakened environment where they can hurt the most over leveraged longs. So it makes sense that they're doing it on the weekend. It's not nice, but it makes sense. And if you look on daily, today you have a possibility to go actually test into 170 before you find that weakness. So between 167 to 175, you got to be aware that, hey, these are all lower highs, and then the real long that we're looking for is around 150. So set your alerts. If you guys have any questions or concerns, leave it in the comment section below. If you are a fan of the channel and would like to support us, please leave a like, subscribe, press the bell button for notifications. In the description of this video is the link to the Discord server where I trade all day, every day, live with everyone. If you have any questions, just DM me and I will answer them. And on top of that, if you are willing to support us or trade with us, the link to our affiliate link to the MEXC exchange is there. My favorite exchange. Any tips and tricks you need for that, let me know. I will show you what we do, especially with our 200x cross straddle strategy when we're trying to play out consolidational ranges. Stuff like that. If you guys are interested in, please feel free to join our Discord server. Link to the service is in the description of this video below, alongside all the other affiliate services that we use and recommend that helps this channel grow. So thank you so much. And yeah, if you could leave a comment for any other video you would like. If you could just pass this video along to other people. And if you're watching this video and you haven't subbed already, please sub the channel so the YouTube algorithm can spread it. Aside from that, guys, I hope you have a great weekend. Take it easy, and I will try to bring you guys some alpha in the next video. Thank you. Bye-bye.